Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna continue watching Supernatural. We are in season 4 and episode 18, and I'm so excited to see where this next episode is gonna take us. If you're new here, hello, welcome in. My name is Cora. It is so lovely to have you here. I'm also a Twitch streamer and I create gaming content here on YouTube. If you want to check the gaming content out, you can click the link up here, and if you want to come and hang out live or check out any of my other social media, the link to that is down below in the description box. And if you're not new, welcome back. So the last episode, I don't know, I think I sort of expected the story to really follow up in that one, because we've had 2 episodes that actually had kind of big story developments in them, and then we had a very fun in-betweener. I will say though, I am not bad about it. I am very happy we had that, because after those 2 episodes and all of that information I had to like shove into my head, I needed an episode that was just silly, goofy, you know, saving people, hunting things kind of vibe. Although this one was slightly different. So we get to see Dean and Sam, only they don't really look like themselves. We get to see Dean in this sharp business suit, driving a freaking normal, not very cool, I suppose, car, changing channels from rock music into the news, and he is drinking a latte. And I mean, no hate to lattes, but we are talking about Dean here. It all seems really odd. I'm like, is this another dream? Is this what their lives could have been like? Is this a double ganger? Like this, I was like, what the heck is going on? I couldn't stop laughing in the beginning, both out of confusion and also like how ridiculous it felt seeing Dean in those situations. Well, we also get to see Sam. Sam's wearing, he's wearing like a, I don't know what those are called, but like a t-shirt with like a folded top to it. We call it piqué, but I don't actually know what that's in English. Anyway, he's wearing that. He's wearing some sort of like beige trousers. It's all really odd, and we get to see him work in a cubicle, which, you know, nothing wrong, but like with how Sam is, if he was not hunting ghosts, I feel like he would be doing something else, you know, we know he probably would. So I was like, what is he doing there? I was like, maybe this is Sam's doppelganger, like this doesn't make sense, and his friends are kind of, well, at least one of the friends are kind of weird, making like kind of strange jokes. I feel like Sam wouldn't enjoy those jokes, so I was like, what's going on here? I guess he's just vibing with that. So one of Sam's co-workers, they're like, oh, you know, let's go on a break, and he's like, doesn't really reply, and like, no, I'm busy, I gotta work. And you can see to Sam and the other friends' reaction that that's kind of strange. I'm assuming they usually go on kind of long coffee breaks because they get paid by the hour and whatnot, and now suddenly he doesn't want to go. But it gets weirder, because his computer shuts down and like something happens, or he loses a day of work and he's panicking about it, which, you know, relatable. I would probably panic a little bit too, but he's panicking on like a whole different level, and they're like, it's fine, like don't worry about it, like just go home, forget about it, stuff like that happen, it happens all the time. And so everyone leaves, and this dude is still there. Since he cannot fix this, he's panicking more and more, spiraling more and more, until he suddenly just changes his behavior. He like stands up and walks out to like the kitchen, or like the rest area, where he puts his head in a microwave. Yeah. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm making the most confusing wrap up, but that episode was kind of confusing. We get to see I need to stop saying Dan and Seem. We get to see Dean and Sam bump into each other in the elevator, and Sam is like, do I know you? And Dean, kind of acting like a freaking douchebag, is like, no. Is like finding him really weird, and Sam's like, but I really recognize you, and he's like, no, I don't know who you are, and then he like leaves the elevator, and like that's that. But then he has a conversation, Sam has a conversation with one of the co-workers that he works with, and it turns out Sam's having these weird dreams where he dreams that he's hunting ghosts, fighting, doing all of that stuff, and he's like, they're so strange, these dreams. Like he even Googles like vampire and stuff. Like I think he's realizing that something's up. Like these are not normal dreams. And his friend kind of just plays it off, like laughs at him. And you can see on Sam's face that he's like, something's up with these dreams. Like there's something about it. Later on, his other friend also ends up being in a terrible accident. So he comes to work, you know, normal day, and his friend is behaving really strangely. Like he normally doesn't wear their work clothes, suddenly he's wearing them. He's working really hard, which he doesn't normally do. And Sam finds that really weird too. The day before that, he had been told that he was supposed to go to HR, and he was like, why is it only me being called to HR? And they were just joking about it. Like, it's probably because you're stealing all of these pens, because he was stealing pens from the office. And the day after, he's really weird. And Sam's like, something's up with this. And he tries to talk to him, and it's just nothing really works out. And then the guy gets called to go and see a manager. That manager is Dean. And the Dean manager is like, you filled out this report like wrong. Could you just like redo it? And he's like, oh my god, I can't believe I made this mistake. I cannot believe I let the company down. Like, I made this terrible mistake. And Dean's like, that is fine. Like, and he's like cracking a joke and just like, just redo it. Like, there's really no bother. Like, it really doesn't matter. And he's just breaking down and then like storming out of the room. And Dean is like, something is wrong. Like, even though this isn't the Dean, like all it is, but like, he doesn't know anything about this. He's reacting, so he's going after this guy, and he finds him in the bathroom, and we get to see the soap being like blended out with blood, I think, and like the taps. And if they would have known that they were hunters, they would have probably been like, ooh, this kind of feels like a haunting. But Dean was like, what the flip is going on here? And the guy panics, and Dean is trying to talk to him, and then he takes up a pen. No, it's not a pen, it's a pencil, I think. I always mix them up. Anyway, he takes it up and he stabs himself in the neck, which is terrifying. And that, the Dean gets to watch that, and you can see on his face that he's panicking. He's like, what's going on? And obviously, like, there's this tragic and he dies. In one of the split seconds, in like a reflection, Dean sees like a man, kind of looking like a ghost standing. And obviously he's like, huh? What is that? What is that? What's happening? And you can see him panic, and he calls for help, and like there's this whole debacle. I forgot to mention one thing though. I'm so sorry. This is, I think, you know what? I think this is the worst wrap up I've ever done. I've had a long week. Anyways, before all of this happened, Sam and Dean bumped into each other in another elevator, and Sam asks him, like, can I ask you a strange question? And he's like, yeah, sure. And Sam asks Dean, do you believe in ghosts? And Dean is like, what kind of question is that? And he was like, I don't know, I've never really thought about it. Like, that's a weird question to ask. And they have this like strange conversation, and then they go their separate ways. But now after this happened, the guy with the pencil thingy, you can see that Dean is, because he saw a ghost, and he's like now starting to think about this weird dude in the elevator who started talking about ghosts to him. You can see that he thinks it's weird. Okay, so what happens is after the whole debacle with the two friends of Sam, the two co-workers of Sam dying, and Dean watching the second guy die, seeing that ghost, because I think they had the conversation about the ghost in the elevator, he decides to call Sam, who works in IT, up to his office. And he's like, he's kind of hinting towards the fact that he thinks that this is off. Sam is like already all on it. He's like, this is off, something's off, like this is not natural causes. I think this could be a ghost. And then he looks at Dean and he's like, did you see something? And Dean's like, oh, you know, it was nothing. And then he makes him get it. He's like, yeah, I think I saw a ghost. And they talk about it, and they're like, it's gotta be a ghost. So is this place haunted? Is there a ghost killing people in this company? And they're like, we need to investigate this. They decide to investigate it, okay? They go to the room, so both friends were sent to HR, and they go to that HR room because they figured out that that is not the HR room that it normally is. It's not even on the same floor. So they go to this room that they've never heard of, and it looks really weird. They see a guy go in, and they're like, what's happening here? So they go in, and before they're able to open the door is shut, and you can like hear the guy, and they're like, what's going on? And then like Sam karate kicks down the door, and he's like, how did I freaking do that? They come in, they see the ghost, they're like tangoing with it, they're doing all of this. Dean picks up like an iron thing. It was a thing. that I forgot what it's called, but he picks that up, and when the ghost is about to attack him, he freaking hits it and it disappears. And they're like, "Oh, how did that happen? What is happening here? This is so weird," because obviously it's made of iron. They don't know that ghosts and iron not best friends. But after all of this debacle, they save the other employee, and they're like, "We need to figure this out. We need to learn. We need to investigate this more, because like there is a ghost here. How do we fight this ghost?" So they go back to Dean's place, and Sam's like, "Oh my god, after the day I've had, I need a freaking beer." And Dean's like, "Oh, sorry, yeah, I'm on a diet, I don't have any beer at home." And it's like the weirdest thing to hear him say. So he tosses him a water bottle. But then they do some research and they figure first out who the ghost is. They're like, okay, so the founder died. He used to say that like this company was his flesh and blood or something. His blood was in the company, whatever, something like that. And they're like, okay, this dude seemed very devoted. It's probably him who's hunting, like the owner and the creator of this company is probably hunting it now because people aren't working hard enough. And that's when he does it, because they saw another incident like this. So when there's great economic like stress, then this ghost appears and people suddenly start committing suicide at this company, and now it's happening again. But they don't know what to do with a ghost. How do you fight a ghost? How do you get rid of it? So they do some searching, and I was like, it'd be so funny if they got like ghost faces up now. And lo and behold, they find the ghost faces videos where they're also trash talking the Winchesters like several times. They're not the greatest, they're very annoying, but in this specific case, the information in the video that they give them is useful. So they figure out how do you fight a ghost, like what you need, like salt and iron, like a salt gun, all of that stuff. And that is just how to fight it up. But how to get rid of the ghost is like you need to burn its remains. And they're like, "Oh my god, but he was cremated." And they're like, "Don't you worry, we got you there too." And they're like, "It's probably something in the building that has like some parts of like their DNA in it that you're gonna have to find it and burn that stuff." So they learn all of this stuff from the ghost faces, which is just ridiculous. And they're just sitting there like, yeah, they seem legit. They seem like they know what they're talking about. And who are these Winchester guys? I have no clue. They're probably brats, like they say. It's a really weird situation. They prep for all of it to get the stool. They're like, "Where do I buy a gun?" "I don't know, just a gun store." Like it's so weird because they normally have their trunk full of like guns. And I know that like the normal person probably don't know where to get a gun. It's just funny seeing them having that discussion. So they start with going back to the room looking for clues. Whilst they're there, security guy comes in and is like, "What are you doing here?" He only sees Sam and Dean is like hiding out. So he only sees Sam and he like takes him out. He's like, "You know, you're gonna have to answer to the police." And Sam's like, "I work here." He's like, "Yeah, I don't care. Like, I'm gonna take you out of here." So they go to the elevator, and in the elevator, you can see it's like a little strange. You know something's gonna happen, and then the screen starts flickering and the elevator stops. And Sam is like, "God dang it, this has gotta be the ghost." And this security guard obviously has no clues, but thankfully he has a key, so he opens the door, only that they're like kinda in between the levels, so they need to crawl out. And when he started doing it, I was like, this is not gonna end well. He does crawl out, and I was like, wow, I did not expect that. But then he crawls back in to try to drag Sam out, and that's when the ghost decides to get the lift to slide down a little bit. And just like that, we have a security guard that's in 2 pieces, basically crushed. Yeah. And this Sam has no experience with this, so he's just splattered with blood and like filled with like pure shock on his face. And he has Dean on the phone, Dean who's like still in the room looking for clues. And he's like, "I'm gonna have to call you back." And when he shows up to Dean, when he managed to get out of the elevator, he's like filled with blood, and Dean is like, "That's a lot of blood." It was a very funny situation, okay? They do figure out that there's a little museum part in this. So they go to the museum part of the company, and they're like, "Oh, it's probably the gloves," and they're correct about this. So they crack the window open to get the gloves up, and then the ghost comes back, and they have this like super funny fight with the ghost because they're reacting on instinct and doing things on instinct, but they don't know why they can do all of these things by instinct. They're like, "I've never done this in my life. Like, how am I suddenly able to do all of it?" And it's really, really funny to watch them. They do get a little bit hurt, like thrown to the walls and stuff, but in the last second when the ghost is about to zap at Dean, Sam managed to grab the gloves and put them on fire, and the day is saved. And by the end of this, you know, they have a little chat, but then they're like having a talk about that they should do this. And Sam is like, do you ever get the feeling that you're like not meant to be here? And Dean's like, yeah, but everyone working in a cubicle feels that way. He's like, it's not like that. Like, I don't belong here. Like, I'm in the wrong place. And Dean, I think he probably feels it a little bit, but he's like brushing it off. And Sam even suggests that, like, what if we just went on the road, you know, hunted ghosts and like did this instead? And it's funny because Tina's like, what? Sleeping in motels, eating trash food? No, cannot be me. And it's like, well, you're just describing exactly what you guys do and you love it, but sure. I think that's the moment where Sam decides, he makes a decision. So he goes back down, he's sitting at his desk, you can see he's like pondering the last moments. Then he's like, fudge this. He stands up, and I don't know where he got the metal stick that he held from, but he just started like freaking hitting the telephone that he used for his work, and it goes into pieces, and like the whole office goes like extremely quiet. And then after that little moment, he's like, I quit. He gets out of there. It cuts to Dean, and Dean is working away, and his boss comes in like, hello Dean, you're doing such a great job, blah blah blah, having like this little thing. And then he's like, you know, I really want you to know I can hear what you're doing here, and you're doing so amazing. Like, I want you to know how we appreciate you. So he writes up a sum on a piece of paper and like slides it over to him, and Dean's like, whew, that is a generous offer. And he's like, well, it's that's what you deserve, you know, and I think you can be a division manager over blah blah someplace someday, you know. He's like saying that, and you can see Dean is like, wow, I'm so proud. That's amazing. And the boss like, we don't want you to go anywhere. I mean, we want you to work for us. You're doing a great job. I'm not saying that getting that poster will be easy. I can see you there. I think it will happen. But I'm not gonna lie to you. It's gonna be 7 days a week, lunch on your desk, no sleep, no nothing, like all of that. And you can see Dean's face, like the color kind of draining from like his face. He's like imagining this work life, like barely sleeping, working all the time, having no spare time, to potentially in a short 10 years time be in that position. And you can see that he's just like, this is not what I want. And he says no. And the boss is like, what, do you want more money? Like, how do we get you to stay? And he's like, I can't explain it to you, but like, I'm just not meant to be here. Like, this is not it. And in the moment where he says that, he decides it, you can see the color kind of drain from the screen, and the real Dean wake up. Turns out that Castiel's boss put Sam and Dean into this to, I suppose, prove to the angels and like so that they know they have the right guys for the job, but also to, I believe also to prove, especially to Dean, but I guess for Sam too, but I think especially for Dean, that they're the right guys for the job. That put in a scenario where they have no idea about hunting, they don't know that's a thing. If they get put into a world where they're not even themselves, they're like actually really far away from the people that they are, and they get put in a situation where there is a ghost, they will still want to do that because they're destined to do that. That's what they're trying to explain with this episode. And I was just like, oh, I should have seen something like this coming. I understood obviously if something was off, that it wasn't that really them. It was them, but not really them. It was just hard to wrap up episode, but I really enjoyed it. It was super funny, it was super goofy. It felt like we came back to like the beginning of the series with this one, and I needed something like that in between the super heavy, story heavy episodes. So wonderful episode, but the worst wrap up you've ever seen, probably, but I apologize. And without further ado, I think it's better that we skip wrapping up the last episode and we go into the next one. Okay. This one didn't have a wrap-up. I'm so confused. I was prepared to like not look at the screen and like think about something else, and now I need to like rewire my brain that this is okay.
This is DeYoung and Shaw. Just need to ask you a few questions.
Notice anything strange in the building last couple of days?
Uh-huh. Are they in a comic shop? Comic store? The FBI are investigating a rodent problem. Yeah, I can see that makes...
I knew it. You guys are LARPing, aren't you?
Excuse me? What is LARPing?
Like you don't know.
Oh god. Oh, that's so funny. He thinks they're LARPing. They're like,
You're asking questions like the building's haunted.
Mm-hmm.
Like those guys from the book.
Yeah. I see what he's saying. Supernatural?
Two guys
There's a
use
book?
fake IDs with rock aliases.
Wait, is that a thing?
What are their names?
No, wait, now I'm confused.
Steve and Dirk?
Steve and Dirk?
Sam and Dean?
That's it.
You're saying this is a book?
Books.
Wait, hang on, I'm confused now. There is a who wrote this? And he believes that they're pretending to be the people from the book going in here.
That's the first one, I think.
I love that he's like, oh, you're LARPing, like, I'm totally gonna play along.
Edmund.
Okay.
Along a lonely California highway,
Wait.
a mysterious woman in white lures men to their deaths.
Give me that.
Hang on, that's a case they've had.
We're gonna need all the copies of Supernatural you got.
We're gonna need all the copies. All of these are cases. Also, I love that they're like standing topless, like showing off their muscles on the pages. The monster at the end of the book. Wait, so they're investigating something else, and then they
Freaking insane.
their books
How's
about
this guy know all
them.
this stuff?
You got me.
Everything is in here. I mean everything. From the racist truck to me having sex.
This is so...
Almost zero circulation. Started in 05. Publisher put out a couple dozen.
I can't wrap my head around this.
The last one, No Rest for the Wicked.
'Cause there ain't no rest for the wicked. But how does someone know all of this about
Simpatico
them?
says the demon storyline is trite, cliched, and overall craptastic. Well, screw you, Simpatico. We lived it.
You're like, it was not that... It was much greater, but also not at all great. Because
There's
living
Sam
this is
girls
not
and Dean
great.
girls, and what's a slash face?
Sam/Dean. Together.
Okay, wait.
Together?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that is exactly
They do
what
know
it
we're
means.
brothers, right?
Doesn't seem to matter.
Yeah,
come on,
okay, this is...
That's just sick.
It's funny with the Sam and Dean girl though, because like people ask me that, they're like, are you a Sam or a Dean girly? And I'm like, this is a real thing for this community of this series. And then we have it in the book as well. People that
So
are fans
you
of these
published
books are
the
Sam or
Supernatural
Dean
books?
girlies.
Yeah. These books. You know, they never
I wonder
really
if
got
she's
the
able to,
attention they
like-
deserved.
I don't know, dream about them. Oh no, she published them, didn't write them.
Shine a light on an underappreciated series.
Yeah, because, you know, if we got a little bit of good press, then maybe we could start publishing again.
No, God, no.
He's like, please let's not tell that story again.
Such a complete series. What with Dean going to hell and all.
Oh my god, that was one of my favorite ones because Dean was so strong.
This is like all of us talking about.
I mean, the best parts are when they cry. You know, like in Heart. When Sam had to
No,
kill
I can't.
Madison,
I feel so called out right now. I feel the audacity. You know, that's
only
me.
real men were so open and in touch with their feelings.
Real men?
I mean, no offense. How often do you cry like that?
I guess quite often then.
Lady, this whole thing is funny.
To them, it's really... I can't. This is the way they're calling out the community. They're calling out the supernatural community right now.
I don't want any smart-ass article making fun of my boys.
No, never.
That's...
My boys, and we call them our boys. Oh my god.
Big
The
fans.
TV show is calling out their fans right now. Not necessarily in a bad way, but...
What's the year and model of the car?
It's a 1967 Chevy Impala.
What's May 2nd?
That's my, that's Sam's birthday.
That's my birthday, I was gonna say.
Sam score on the LSAT?
One.
Oh, he doesn't remember that.
Dean's favorite song.
It's a tie. Between Zepp's Ramblin' On and Travelin' Riverside Blues.
She's like, okay, you do know quite the details. I
What's
wonder
Carmel
why.
Edlin's real name?
Oh, no. No. Sorry, I can't
Well, we
do
just
that.
want to talk to him. You know, get the supernatural story
feel like
in his
it's-
own words.
It's a her, maybe? Because it's like it's supposed to be a pen name, right? Like a ghostwriter or like a person who doesn't want their identity out there.
Big fans.
He's like, yeah, I'm a super big fan. I even got the tattoo. There's gotta be a lot of people who have these tattoos who are fans, though. Don't y'all come telling me no one has this tattoo.
You know what?
It's a cool tattoo, I'm not gonna lie though.
I got one too.
Wow. You are a fan.
He's like, wow, okay.
Name's Chuck Shirley, and he's a genius, so don't piss him off.
Okay, so it is maybe a he. I was like, wondering if it was girl because like maybe if it was a pen name, I guess it is a he. Now who is this dude?
Sam and Dean approached the rundown.
Wait, so he's still writing the books, but they're not being published anymore?
With trepidation. Did they really want to learn the secrets?
He's writing about them going to his house right now, isn't he? No?
With determination, Dean pushed the doorbell with forceful...
Oh, this is... I'm gonna have to watch this episode again because this just took me by complete surprise. I cannot stop laughing.
Chuck Shirley?
The Chuck Shirley who wrote the Supernatural books?
Maybe? Why?
I'm Dean, this is Sam. The Dean and Sam you've been writing about.
He's like, yeah, super funny. Okay, so at least he doesn't know them then.
I appreciate your enthusiasm. Really, I do. It's always nice to hear from the fans. But for your own good, I strongly suggest you get a life.
Apart from the fact that you literally stole their life.
You've been using it to write your books.
Now, wait a minute. Now, this isn't funny.
Damn straight it's not
He's so confused though.
You a hunter?
What? No, I'm a writer.
Then how do you know so much about demons?
I do want to know how he knows all of... Is he making this or does he
It's
think...
a misery thing.
Oh, it's not a misery thing, believe me, we are not fans.
Well, then what do you want?
I'm Sam, and that's Dean.
Sam and Dean are fictional characters. I made
So
them up.
he really thinks he made this up. How did he get it so accurately though?
Yep.
They're like, yep, this is
These are real fake IDs.
real fake IDs. I'm literally showing them
I gotta hand
everything.
it to you guys.
Him
You know, they're
everything.
my #1 fans.
Yeah, no, that's not it.
Don't hurt me.
How much do you know? Do you know about the angels? Or Lilith breaking seals?
Wait a minute. How do you know about that?
Question is, how do you?
Because I wrote it.
It's interesting that he wrote about it and they just never got published. Or does he know everything up until now?
Did Phil put you up to this?
Who's Phil?
Well, nice to meet you. I'm Dean Winchester, and this is my brother, Sam.
Last names were never in the books. I never told anybody about that. I never
Wait.
even wrote that down.
Wait, he put last names? Wait, he never wrote their last names in it, but he had a last name that he had thought up for them?
Yep.
You're not a hallucination.
Nope.
They're like, yeah, we're still here. How is this happening?
Obviously, I'm a god.
You're not a god.
How else do you explain it?
You're not a god. Oh, maybe you just get like visions of
Things I
them?
put you through. The physical beatings alone.
We're still in one piece.
I killed your father. I burned your mother alive.
This is like the writers calling themselves out for all the stuff that they put them through.
I toyed with your lives, your emotions for entertainment.
They're like, we know what we've been through.
You didn't create us.
Did you really have to live through the bugs?
Yeah.
The bug episodes.
I am so sorry.
I also love how this is like going through old
Forced
ones.
to live bad writing.
Bad writing? Oh
My
god.
God.
We think you're probably just psychic.
No. If I were psychic, you think I'd be writing?
I love it's like you're just
No, you're
psychic.
just focused on our lives.
Yeah, like laser focus. Are you working on anything right now?
Holy crap.
That they were gonna knock on the door. Yeah. It's gotta be this, right?
Weird how.
It's very Vonnegut.
Slaughterhouse-5 Vonnegut or Cat's Cradle Vonnegut?
What?
I'm confused now. Like, did you know that?
Kilgore Trout Vonnegut. I wrote myself into it.
I don't even know. Oh god, okay.
My house. Confronted by my characters.
Wait, but he's confused by all of this, and not until now that he say this is so strange because I literally just wrote about it, even if it wasn't read.
Sitting in a laundromat, reading about myself, my head hurt.
Oh my god, this is like swirling.
Sam tossed his gigantic darks into the machine. He was starting to have doubts about Chuck, about whether he was telling the whole truth. Guess what you do next? Sam turned his back on Dean. His face brooding and pensive.
I cannot.
can't see
I
your face, but
cannot.
definitely
This
your
is
brooding
just
and pensive shoulders.
those brooding and pensive
You just thought I was
shoulders.
a dick.
He's like, that's accurate though. Oh, this is just, I can't believe this. This is, so is he a psychic or is he making it up or does he see it as it goes and he's just, oh, is he dreaming about it and then writing it down? Flip. Oh, no, wait, that was white eyes. That was white eyes. But if he dreams about, does he not remember it and then just thinks that he thought this up? Or is he writing his... Dude, you gotta explain this to me. I am confuzzled.
So, you wrote another chapter?
This was all so much easier before you were real.
We can take it, just spit it out.
Yeah, no.
You're not gonna like this.
I didn't like hell.
He
It's
didn't
Lilith.
like it.
She's coming
Yeah,
for
here we
Sam.
go. Oh, I don't like this.
When?
Tonight.
The scene we saw, I'm not sure what that was.
Lilith
See, now-
patted the bed seductively. Unable to deny his desire, Sam
It's like he
succumbed.
accidentally writes it. Is the way he says is like, I accidentally wrote another chapter. He's like, huh,
You're kidding
super
me,
funny,
right?
that's
It
not
was
right.
funny.
You don't? I mean, come on.
You don't?
Just a first draft.
Wait. Lilith is a little girl.
Yeah, that too.
No, this time she's a comely dental hygienist from Bloomington, Indiana.
Great. Perfect.
Yeah, okay, this is weird. We've seen her as a child before and now suddenly she's not a child. Because when she was in Ruby's body, she definitely still behaved like a
There's nothing to
child.
worry about. Lilith and me? In bed?
I love how Sam's like, this is strange.
Usually starts with a headache.
Okay, now it's starting to, It's starting to
I
sound
drink.
more like psychic now.
Until I fall asleep. First time it happened, I thought it was just a crazy dream.
First time you dreamt about us?
It flowed.
Okay, that must be terrifying though.
You can't seriously
and then
believe
He
human.
writes it all down. Hyper-focused psychic.
Take a look at these and see what's what. You
Knew you were gonna ask for that. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I knew this was gonna happen.
Scratched absently at the pink flower band-aids on his face.
What?
Use duct tape and bar rags before you put on a pink flower band-aid.
What's your point?
Yeah,
My
that's
point
true.
is, this is totally implausible.
He's been right about everything so far.
I'm with Dean on this one, even though it sounds pretty wild,
Dean
all
slid
of what's
behind the
gonna
wheel of his
happen.
beloved Impala and drove off. The plastic tarp on the rear window flapping like the wings of a crow.
A tarp? Well, he might be wrong about the details, but doesn't mean he's wrong about the end result.
So we're just gonna run?
So we are a long way from ready for a face-to-face death match with Lilith.
He's like, I don't want to see her. Let's get out of here. Oh, right. Yeah, they literally can't leave, huh? And the dude probably knew then.
Bridge is out ahead.
We're just trying to get out of town.
Yeah, afraid not.
Is there a detour?
Nope.
What, so there's only a bridge? How's that the only way in and out of a town? An entire town? Okay, so they literally have no other way of doing this, I see.
I mean, if this is what puts us on the path to Lilith, then all we gotta do is get off the path.
How do you mean?
It's a blueprint of what not to do.
Maybe that, or that will be written into the story, so it will still happen
we
there.
need to fight, so no fighting. No research for you.
No bacon cheeseburger for you.
He's like, oh no, yeah. Yeah, maybe you'll just have one of the salads you had in the last one, huh?
Oprah's girlfriend said we have the best bacon cheeseburgers in the country.
Really?
Tina's like, oh yeah, that's so rude.
I'll have the veggie tofu burger.
He's like, the unexpected. At least he got a burger.
This whole thing's ridiculous.
Lilith is ridiculous.
The idea of me hooking up with her is...
Right.
It is
Something
ridiculous.
like that could never happen.
Oh, but you can't compare Lilith and Ruby if that's what you're doing. I know that's probably what he's
For the
doing.
first time, we have warning that Lilith is close. We've got the jump on her. If we know when she's coming, we know where... This is an opportunity. Are you...
You cannot fight. You cannot fight.
It frustrates me when you say such reckless things.
Well, it frustrates me when you'd rather hide than fight.
Oh, this is so funny. Oh, this is so funny. And then they really cannot argue with each other.
Salad for you, and a tofu veggie burger for you.
He's gonna be so dissatisfied from this
Being
burger.
smart. It's picking your battles. This is a battle that we are not ready to fight.
I get what Dean's saying, because... Oh, this is gonna be so funny. Wait.
Oh my god.
Oh, is he gonna like it? I called it! I called it!
I'm so sorry. I gave you the bacon cheeseburger by mistake.
Oh. Oh my god, I was like, what if he actually likes it? No, it was just that it was a bacon cheeseburger.
Well, the book says Lilith finds you at the Red Motel, hence
Have
the,
they been to this
red.
motel before? This looks like when Dean and Ruby had a chat, like, back in the... way back when Ruby showed up the first times. Oh god, okay. I love that he didn't even realize that it was probably a bacon cheeseburger, and he was just like, tofu is so good.
Lilith proof the room.
So what? I'm supposed to just hole up here all night?
So it's like
Exactly
he couldn't even
okay,
avoid
no
getting the
research.
burger.
I don't care what you do.
I completely lost my train of thoughts, but I think that he was gonna. I was gonna say that I agree with Dean because like they aren't ready. Although
little
running
insurance.
doesn't seem like working. And as sure as he gonna take his laptop?
Well, the pages say that I spend all day riding around in the Impala, so I'm gonna go park her. Behave yourself, would you? No homework.
Maybe you
What's
should
the
have
point?
Sam park it. The way he was so happy about that, he's like, yeah, that's a great idea. That's what you should do. Yeah, I think they might not really be ready for Lilith, but I also get what Sam's saying, because now they would know. The problem is... Uh-oh. Problem is that they don't seem to, Oh, he's not happy about parking the Impala somewhere else. Even if they're ready, doesn't... Like, the cheeseburger should have been a hint that even if they try to avoid all of this, it's probably not gonna be as easy as that.
Hey!
Yeah, like, literally anything they try to disrupt, it's gonna happen that way. Oh my god! Is this how he gets the band-aids?
You wanted to see me?
Yeah.
Oh, flip. Okay, wait, I'm so so funny and so stressful at the same time. Poor Dean.
I was just wondering how much you know about me. Have you seen visions of me when I'm not with Dean?
He probably has, hasn't
I
he?
know if I know about the demon blood.
You didn't tell Dean?
I didn't even write it into the books.
Oh, so he saw
Afraid
it, but he
would make you
didn't...
look unsympathetic.
Unsympathetic.
Yeah, come on, Sam. I mean,
That's
second blood?
interesting.
You gotta know that's wrong.
He called in out on that as well. He's like, come on. Even I know this. I'm not even gonna write it in there. Poor Sam. Being called...
Scares the hell
Is
out
there
of me.
plastic on the chairs? I wanna know why,
Feeling
right?
Inside of me, I wish to God I could stop.
Keep going back.
Are they
Which
gonna
wish
have
if
a
I
little...
could.
This is an interesting
But help me kill
conversation.
Lilith and stop the apocalypse.
I thought that was Dean's job. That's what the angels say, right?
Dean's not.
Well, yeah, the apocalypse
He's not
is Dean's
Dean
job,
lately.
but...
Ever since he got out of hell,
But you're not
He
really
needs help.
Sam either in that case. He does need help, though.
he's looked out for me my whole life.
He said it.
I can't return the favor.
Yeah, sure you can.
Maybe you
If
should
that's
just
what this
work
is.
together? Oh? What is he seeing? What is he gonna call him out
Maybe
on?
the demon blood makes you feel stronger, more in control.
No.
I think he might have a point here. I don't think you want this to be the truth, but
Sorry, Sam.
it might be.
I know it's a terrible burden, feeling that it all rests on your shoulders.
Does it? All rest on my shoulders.
No, I
Seems to
guess
be
it
where the story's
doesn't.
headed.
Wait, what does that mean?
Am I strong enough to stop Lilith tonight?
What do you mean it's resting on your shoulders? Didn't he just say the angels say it's resting on Dean's shoulders? Is he now saying that it's resting on Sam's shoulders because that's where he thinks the story is gonna go? Oh my god. Maybe they could just help out and share the burden?
Sorry, I just didn't see you. Are you okay?
Oh my god, her earrings.
And sorry about, you know, my daughter's going through a doctor phase.
Oh, is that... There we go. That's the... Oh! Not only is he wearing the... Band-aids, but look at his car! What did they take? Oh, poor baby. He's like, no, nope, I'm not keeping these on. And now we have the flapping that sounds like bat wings. The tarp. Oh, this is equally heartbreaking and stressful and annoying as it is funny. And now Dean's gonna be in there, isn't he? Yeah. Did he know? Is that why he got the beer?
You look terrible.
It's because I just got hit by a minivan, Chuck.
He's like, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah.
That it? Every damn thing you write about me comes true? That's all you have to say is, oh?
Please don't yell at me. What wouldn't I be telling you?
How you know what you know, for starters?
I don't know how I know.
How the hell are you doing this?
Dean, let him go.
Oh my god, what is Cass doing
This man
here?
is to be protected.
Did he do something with his hair? Also, what? Why?
He's a prophet of the Lord.
Are you kidding me? Is he actually? And you... Wait, if he really is, why do you let him live like this? He seems so sad. And...
You're Castiel, aren't you?
It's an honor to meet you, Chuck.
Oh my god, poor Chuck, he seems so
Admire your
confused.
Whoa, what? This guy a prophet? Practically a penthouse forum writer.
I feel bad for him though. Does he have to live like this and be a
I might
prophet?
have dreamt about it.
And you didn't tell us.
It was too preposterous. Not to mention arrogant. I mean, writing yourself into the story is one thing, but as a prophet?
He's like, that's a little bit...
This is the guy who decides our fate.
Poor
He
guy.
isn't deciding anything. He's a mouthpiece, conduit for the inspired word.
So he just sees it,
The word of God?
like... Oh god.
What, like the New Testament?
One day, these books, they'll be known as the Winchester Gospel.
What? No,
You're
you're...
kidding me.
I was just gonna say, you gotta be kidding, right? Okay, this is too much. It's supposed to be like a New Testament? He's like the new writer of the
Really?
Bible?
You should have seen Luke.
Who is Luke? I mean, to be fair, I can understand why he lives like this. It must be such a difficult thing to live with the headaches and seeing all of these visions and all of that stuff. That can't be
Learned
easy.
those from high up on the celestial chain of command.
How high?
Very.
Very.
Whatever. How do we get around this?
Around what?
This Sam Lilith love connection. How do we stop it from happening?
What the prophet has written can't be unwritten.
But what if he dreamt it but didn't write it?
He's
That's
seen
a...
it.
As he's seen it, that's
So
still...
it shall come to pass.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if he's writing it down, right? Like, if he's seen that, that's how it's gonna be, right? But he's not seeing things in, like, his own perspective. He's just randomly seeing things then. Oh, yeah. He's like, you've gotta be kidding me. He's like, I am sick of this. This is not great. What's that look on your face, Sam?
Dude, where are all the hex bags?
I burned him.
He looks kinda sweaty.
Lilith is coming, which is a big if.
No. It's more than an if.
Why is he looking so... Is that just random?
He's a prophet.
What?
Cash showed up, and apparently Chuck is writing the Gospel of Us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's get the hell out of here.
Sam,
No.
is there something else? Is there something you need to tell us?
Maybe she will. Maybe she won't.
So what, you think you can take her?
Only one way to find out, Dean, and I say bring her on.
Sam?
You think I'll do it, don't you? You think I'll go dark side?
Yes!
He's like, I do think so. But
The
you
things
weren't
you've
allowed to
been doing?
fight. I guess they're just not doing.
Oh, I know.
Oh?
How you ripped Alistair apart like it was nothing, like you were swatting a fly.
Wait, who told him? What did he...
Cass told me,
He
okay?
see? Oh.
What else did he tell you?
Nothing I don't already know.
Did he tell him
You've been losing your
everything?
psychic crap and you've been getting stronger. We just don't know why and we don't know how.
It's not what you think.
Oh, but this Chuck knows. I think maybe explaining would help. I would also like to know a little bit about what goes on in Sam's head right now. I know he means well. Like, I'm not doubting that. And I think, I do believe he thinks he's doing the right thing. But what?
Are you coming or not?
No, he's not gonna come with you, is he?
No.
Never separate like this. It's just not gonna end well. See? See? Wait, why did he... Oh, he's not leaving! Oh, my heart is melting. He's like, fudge it, if you're gonna stay, I suppose I have to stay too. Can't even get a drink.
Well, I feel stupid doing this, but I am fresh out of options.
Is he gonna pray? Is he gonna ask God for a drink?
Some help.
Just
I'm
give the
praying,
man a
okay?
drink, okay?
Come
Try.
on.
No, this is too
Please.
funny. Please tell me they give him a drink.
It's a sign of faith.
Is he happy now?
This is a good thing, Dean.
The way he shows up is just like, wow, you
Help
prayed.
me.
Yes.
What I can do.
Drag Sam out of here now before Lilith shows up.
It's a prophecy.
I love how I was like, just give him a drink or something.
You have tested me.
I guess this is enough of a
and thrown
sign.
me every which way, and I have never asked for anything.
Yeah, please help. Cass, you gotta help him.
Now I'm asking. I need your help.
Does Cass' hair look different in this to everyone else, or is it just me?
What you're asking, it's not within my power to do.
Why? Because it's divine prophecy?
Yes.
So are we just supposed to sit around and wait for it to happen?
I suppose, but you can see that it's taking a toll on Cass. Cass, just do something.
Screw
Do
you.
something.
You and your mission.
He's literally just praying,
God.
okay? You were just so happy about it. Just, yeah, you gotta do something at
And when the
least.
time comes and you need me, don't bother knocking.
Oh, he's threatening them all.
What?
You must understand why I can't intercede. Prophets are very special. They're protected.
Well, yeah, but
Anything threatens a prophet. Anything at all. An archangel will appear to destroy that threat. Archangels are fierce.
oh, what
They're
does this
heaven's
mean?
most terrifying weapon.
Okay.
These archangels are tied to prophets.
So if you
a prophet
kidnap the prophet into this room?
is a demon.
And the most fearsome wrath of heaven would rain down on that demon.
Oh, Cass just gave him.
Just so you understand.
Yeah. Not so it gives you any ideas. I'm just trying to explain to you currently. Oh,
Thanks, Cass.
Good luck.
the look on his face. Oh, that's so good. The look on his face. I
What you doing
cannot.
here? I didn't write this.
I need you to come with me.
Oh, I'm
Where? The
loving that.
motel with Sam
I'm
is.
loving
That's
that.
where Lilith is.
Where
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
like,
I need you to stop her.
yes, you understand.
I know what she's capable of, Dean.
You just
I wrote
have
her.
to do this. That's not what I'm saying, but you gotta do this.
All you gotta do is show up, and boom, Lilith gets smoked.
But I haven't seen that yet.
That's okay.
I'm just a writer.
This isn't a
Well,
story
you
anymore,
just
man.
learned that this
This
is a
is real,
prophet,
and
and
you're
this
in
is
it.
real. Yep. Now you're in it. You
Why don't
gotta.
get off your ass
Hopefully, I don't
and
want
fight.
Chuck to get harmed though. Like, he's been living like a really rough life. Like, sure, writing books and stuff, but the books weren't selling well. And
No friggin' way.
oh no, I was like, wow, he's gonna do
I've got
it.
a gun in my pocket, and if you don't come with me, I'll blow your brains out.
I thought you said I was protected by an archangel.
Oh, interesting exercise. Let's see who the quicker draw is.
Oh my god, I thought he knocked on that door for a second. Oh god, I feel bad for Chuck. I don't want him to get in harm's way. Like, he's been living a rough life, selling books that weren't selling very well, and having to watch all of this with the pains and all of like the headaches.
Hello,
oh my
Sam.
god.
I've been waiting for you.
Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I can't.
The knife, Sam.
On the nightstand, by the bed.
Is that why she sits down on the bed? Ah. So he did prep anyway, although that was just not enough for Lilith.
You're gonna have to try a lot harder than that.
How about this?
Oh god, yeah, he's not strong enough.
Strong. But you're not that strong. Not yet.
So Dean was right, they're not ready.
Because I can't, and you know it. You're immune to my charms.
It's so weird seeing her like this though. She doesn't even seem like Lilith. Like, Lilith always seems like a child, and now she doesn't.
Offering to stand down from the seals.
You wouldn't
the
offer that.
apocalypse.
You would not offer that.
Expect me to believe that?
Honestly? No.
Yeah. You would not believe that.
It's the truth.
Why would you want to do that though?
Right here. Right now. I'll stop breaking seals. Lucifer keeps rotting in his cage. All you have to do is agree to my terms.
Oh no, and what are those terms? What has
Turns
she...
out I don't survive this war.
How does she know that?
Killed off. Right before the good part started.
By Sam?
For it to go back to the way it was. Before I had angels to deal with 24/7. Good old days.
What do you want in return?
Uh-huh.
Your head on a stick. Dean's, too.
Oh, so like you two kill yourselves and I'll step down.
Consolation prize.
Yeah. you know, they're the only ones who can stop this. Why would they believe that you would do this?
You really think I'm stupid enough to fall for this?
I make a deal, I have to follow through.
You
Those
might.
are the rules, and you know it.
You might be meaning this, but like, what the
You
flip?
would put your life before the lives of 6 billion innocent people. Maybe it's all that demon blood
I don't know.
pumping through your pipes.
There has been deals that's been sort of broken, right? So,
I am nothing like you.
Then prove it.
oh no, I don't want them to sacrifice themselves.
Going twice.
Fine.
Swell.
Uh-huh.
By the way, a contract
Wait.
with me will take more than a kiss.
Wait, so he
The
he
dental
makes a
hygienist in
deal that he and Dean
wants
should
it
die and the apocalypse won't happen. And to do so, he needs to more than kiss her. And this is, okay, this is weird enough as it is. And I'm still confused and there's a lot of things here. But it's extra weird because Lilith has always been behaving like a child. Like, this just freaking me out a little bit. Extra. He doesn't feel like a child now, to be fair, but... Is he gonna do something? Or is he just gonna act? Is he gonna take the knife? He's not gonna be fast enough for the knife, is he? She saw that coming, didn't she? Like
I am
pushing.
the prophet, Chuck.
Got to be joking.
Oh, oh no. Here we go.
He's got an
It's
archangel on his shoulder.
Archangel time. Oh,
So you want to tangle with that?
Dean just saved their own lives. Not that he knows. This explains everything so much more. Like, this explains why Sam would do this, because he would have, like, both because of what she said, but also just, like, generally speaking, him, Dean, or 7 billion people. And now he's seen this, and he's obviously, oh, this, please, Sam, please tell me you're gonna
deal,
explain. Okay, good.
That's what she said.
Call the whole thing up. Angels, seals, Lucifer.
Are you gonna tell him that you also offered his life on this plate?
You didn't think once about taking it?
You kidding me?
He's like, of course I did.
Trying to talk me off the Lilith track.
I'm just saying.
Should have found some way to weasel out of it. And all it would cost us was our lives.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
It kind of felt like he might have taken it, but maybe I was
I
wrong.
could see it.
I guess he was just trying to trick her.
Lilith is
I
running.
could see him considering it though, right?
What?
Don't know. She was telling the truth about one thing. She's not gonna survive the apocalypse.
How
I'll
does
make
he
sure
know
of that.
that? Oh, that would make sense. And here I thought he was actually considering it and hoping, like it was like hoping he was gonna get to her. I guess that my thought process didn't really make any sense now that I'm watching this. Oh god.
Did you see it?
Who are you?
I'm Zachariah.
Oh god, it's him. He's like, you put me in the story earlier. Or, well,
Did you see it?
see what? You see what?
Really going to happen?
Have you been wrong so far?
I gotta warn
Did
Sam
you
and
see?
Dean.
I wouldn't advise it.
Oh, and he's actually want to warn him
People shouldn't
though.
know too much about their own destiny. You try, and I'll stop you.
Poor Chuck, like I guess he's grown fond of them too because he has been writing about them and seen their whole lives.
Where are you going?
To go kill myself.
Don't be melodramatic, Chuck. We'd only bring you back to life.
Oh, he really I feel so bad for Chuck. He can't escape this. It's almost worse now that
What
he
am I
knows
supposed
what
to do?
he is.
What you always do.
Rima, right? Oh, that is unfair. Oh, poor Chuck. Okay, we are really getting into some stuff now. Wow, I had so many questions rushing through my head in this episode. This was a good one. It was really funny, it was really frustrating, it was really nerve-wracking, and we actually found some things out, and that's interesting. I do have to say though, I think my favorite part of this episode was Cass showing up and first being like, I'm proud of you for praying and like all of that stuff, and then Dean like begging him and he's like, I'm gonna explain to you why you cannot do this, and he just goes on explaining and giving Dean like the best idea, and you could see how cheeky he looked. It was so funny and I loved it. I love that like Cass is slowly turning to like the boys' side, and I'm like, yes, go team boys. Oh god, I feel so bad for Chuck Chuck, I feel like I was trying to say it 50 times, but there was so much happening in this episode I couldn't like complete my sentences. But imagine living your whole life. You have these super bad headaches that like no medication is helping. So you turn to drinking because you're feeling so bad. And then you have these extremely detailed dreams, and then you wake up and you think that like, at least, you know, I could write them down. That feels like a good thing to do. This is like a potentially a good story, and I could sell the books for it. And then you go on and you do that, and then your books don't even earn any money, and you just keep doing it because you don't know what else to do. And he's just living this life where he is alone. He's constantly drinking, he's constantly having headaches he can't do anything about. I feel bad for Chuck. I feel so bad for him. And now he even knows who he is. He knows he's a prophet. He knows he cannot get out of this. And I don't think that made it any easier. He knows that what he's seeing is real. And now that he's not only seen all of their lives basically, but also met them, he obviously feels a connection to them, and he knows that he's gonna see a lot of terrible things happen to them, and he cannot warn them. And now he was even threatened by an angel. Like, poor Chuck. Oh, there were so many funny details about this one though. I found it interesting also the conversation Chuck and Sam had in the motel. I feel like Chuck probably knows the way that the boys think very well, maybe sometimes better than the boys do, because, you know, it's easy to know how you feel yourself, but it's also very easy to, I guess, lie to yourself because you feel a way you do not want to. So for Sam, he doesn't, if this is true, he doesn't want to feel like he feels powerful and in control. But maybe that's the truth, so he tells himself that he's doing this because he can stop Lilith. And there could be truth in both of it. I'm not, obviously Sam wants to stop Lilith, but the way he's behaving and what he's doing, maybe he's using Lilith to a bit of an excuse to like cover over the rest of it, if that makes sense. I don't know, I found that interesting, and I wonder if he's gonna take that to heart, what Chuck said in the conversation they had. That'd be interesting, but like, I feel like these small conversations are so important, and it's gonna be interesting to see if they do come into play. It's the same with like the Pamela conversation that Sam had as well. It's interesting. It truly is. This was a funny episode that I can't believe they got so close to Lilith. And I'm a little confused by the Lilith in this one because she's always acting like I think I said it, but like, not only does she usually use children's bodies and like stuff like that, but even when she was in Ruby's first body that we saw, she behaved like a child while she was in that body, and now she felt more grown up, which, you know, I'm thankful for considering the circumstance, but it's a little weird. It didn't feel like Lilith because of that. And I wonder how she knows that she's not going to make it through the apocalypse. Where did she get that information? Is that a feeling? Did someone tell her? Does she know how she's not going to make it through? Does she know it would be Sam that gets her, and that's why she wanted to make the deal with him to save her own skin? Then like, she doesn't care, like, as long as she lives, I guess she doesn't care about the apocalypse as much, and she wanted to get them in particular because they're the ones who are probably gonna kill her, is what I'm thinking. This was good. This was really good. Hard to wrap up, but a really good episode, and I'm really intrigued to see how much more Cass is gonna slowly turn to the boy side. Oh, this series, man, it's so good. I'm loving it so much. I literally cannot wait to watch the next episode. It's kind of wild that I'm closing in on ending season 4. Because, like, it's been a journey, y'all. It's been a long one. But I also, like, I feel enough. I know there's, like, a lot more seasons. Like, I know. But, I don't know. It feels like I've gotten so far. And I'm really enjoying it, so thank you for being on this journey with me. If you enjoyed it, it would mean a lot if you gave this video a thumbs up. Of course, comment down below your thoughts, your feelings, emotions when you watched this, when you watched it with me. I don't know, maybe you have a fun fact, maybe I missed something, or maybe you just want to come and say hi. I would love to see it nonetheless. And subscribe for upcoming videos. I appreciate y'all being here. I hope you'll have an amazing rest of your day, night, morning, midnight, snack, breakfast, whatever time it is for you when you're watching this, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!